today, let's just say we have a fiery one. Dewanna Bonner has just launched some serious shots toward the Indiana Fever organization and its fans. For this story, we've got to take a trip down to Phoenix. Let's jump in. All right, let's break down what occurred. Dewanna Bonner's strategy paid off big time. She returned to Phoenix, she is exactly where she aimed to be, and now she is advancing to the WNBA championship. However, there is one complication in this whole scenario. If the Indiana Fever manage to defeat the Las Vegas Aces this Tuesday, can you guess who Bonner will have to compete against in the finals? That is correct, the exact same team she abandoned because she was unhappy with her role. You can't tell me this isn't must-see TV. This is like a storybook conflict, so all the Fever need to do is handle their business this Tuesday. They have to overcome the Aces. Can they win? To be honest, I'm not sure. The last game was good, even great, but consistency is the problem. As I've been saying, the Fever lack a consistent, dependable player at the point guard spot. That is their Achilles heel. Odyssey Sims, Ariel Powers, Shea Petty, and sometimes Lexi Hull. They are all skilled, but their performance varies wildly. You never know which version will appear. Lexi provides a spark of energy when she's called upon, definitely. But with the others, it's a gamble. If the Fever had Caitlin Clark, we would know the outcome. Caitlin is just Caitlin. She performs every single night. You know what to expect from her. And frankly, with Caitlin directing this offense, I am convinced the Fever would already be on their way to the championship. But giving credit where it's earned, Kelsey Mitchell has been playing great. Aaliyah Boston has been solid down low. And from the bench, several role players have stepped up to fill the gaps. So it isn't all negative, but that PG position still concerns me.
We're going to enjoy in this moment and have a well-deserved day off and then get ready for whoever our next opponent is.
This question is for DB. You've made 15 playoff appearances, the most in league history. After hitting tonight's big shots and your impact on tonight's game, when you reflect on your journey, what stands out?
The people. I think the people that's been on this journey with me for all those playoff runs, first of all. But I don't know. I don't know if I had time to sit back and think about it yet. But just focus on the finals and the next game and. But I will, once the season is over, I'll go back and look at those things. But, man, it's hard to get here. It's hard to get to the finals. I was just telling them, like, I've been in the league and all these playoffs appearances, and I only been to the finals maybe, 3 times, and just how hard it is to get back there. So I'm just honored and blessed to be back in there with this group.
This is congratulations, guys. Greg Moore, Arizona Republic. This is for Dewanna and Satu. Satu, at the end of the second quarter, you hit a couple of threes and the crowd just was going nuts. And then Dewanna, you did the same thing, but it was at the end of the game. You hit 3 of them. Crowd was going bonkers. For those of us who do not know what that feels like, what does that feel like?
It's electrifying. For me, they always call me dramatic. When you're on that court, all you're worried about is the zone and your teammates, and you're really in the flow. And when you hear the gym just roaring and you feel it shaking, like your body takes it in, and that it just fuels you. It fuels you. I mean, I was tired today, but like, I just hear everything, and I'm like, yeah, you can't disappoint anyone. Everyone is just giving their all. So it's definitely electrifying.
Dewanna, Nate was talking about how well the franchise has treated the coaches, the players with the new practice facility and everything like that. You obviously have some perspective being here back in the day and now with the team now. And I know this is a proud franchise that has always done things well, but how has it changed in this new, the practice facility, all those things? What's it like as a player?
Yeah, it's so crazy because when I came back, I'm like, it feels totally different. Like it's the same, like it's Phoenix Mercury, but stepping into what they've done and just improve like the practice facility and the apartments and everything is just like, it's totally different. I feel like I'm on a whole new franchise, but only person that's there is like Vince. So everybody's different in the front office, but they still treat us the exact same. Like when I was here a couple years ago for 10 years, I wanted for nothing, and it's the same now. We get treated like great athletes, and we have to worry about nothing but basketball. So that's important. That's huge, and we're very appreciative of that.
Curious for you. I mean, I know that this season for you has been a roller coaster.
Oh
mentally.
boy, tell me about it.
Would you be able to sort of take us through those sort of that mental hurdle and sort of how rewarding it feels now to sort of overcame what you overcame now that you're heading back to the WNBA finals once again?
Oh man, I don't know if I've overcome it yet. It's been like a whirlwind, but yeah, it's been tough. You know, it's been tough. I went through a lot, especially like the cyberbullying and things like that. But just thankful for my teammates, my family, my kids. Yeah, I don't think I'm over it, but I'm just gonna live in this moment with them, and I've been riding the wave of them and how much they love it, and you know they brought joy back to me just watching them play that way and welcome me like that. But just one game at a time, one step at a time, each day, one day at a time. Alyssa probably gets the most. Like some days I'm just like I don't have it, you know, and she kind of pick up the slack. But just happy to be back and happy.
So the media, as expected, did not check Dewanna Bonner on her comments. In case you didn't catch exactly what she said, here's a quote. "I don't know if I've overcome it yet. It's been like a whirlwind. It's been tough. I've been through a lot, especially the cyberbullying. Oh my God." Okay, let's stop right there. So now, according to Bonner, the entire Indiana Fever fan base, the entire Caitlin Clark fan base, are just a bunch of bullies. Why? Because fans called her out for doing the one thing you don't do in sports, quitting on your team. I've been following sports for 50 years. Let me tell you right now, this is one of the most blatant cases of an athlete walking away on a franchise I have ever seen. And look, if we actually had sports talk radio covering the WNBA, she would have been ripped to shreds for this. You know how Lamar Jackson got dragged when people thought he quit on the Ravens because of his contract situation? Same thing here, except worse. Bonner abandoned her team, and when sports fans pointed out, she turned around and cried, "Cyberbullying." Nah, that's not how this works. See, this is what happens when a league that's been ignored for years suddenly has the spotlight. You don't get cuddled anymore. You don't get a free pass. You got sports fans paying attention now, and sports fans call it like they see it. That's not bullying, that's accountability. And of course, the responses came flying in.
Now, let's return to Dewanna Bonner. The moment of truth is arriving for her in the next 48 hours. If the Fever eliminate the Aces, it's going to be the top storyline in all of sports, not just the WNBA. The reason? Because Bonner walked out on this squad. She departed Indy, claiming she was unhappy with her role, hinting at locker room problems. But we all know she just wanted to return to Phoenix with her partner. She held a press conference late last night, and wow, she was unrestrained. She had a few things to say about her season, and I'll tell you, much of what she stated felt like indirect jabs at the Fever organization and the fan base. From my perspective, it feels like Bonner's been taking shots at Indiana since the moment she left. And why? She achieved her goal. She's back in Phoenix. She made the final, but she won't let Indiana go. She consistently mentions them. That's not a good look, man. It's like, fine, you pulled off the move, you got Bonner away from Indy, but let's be honest, she wasn't really producing anyway. I'm beginning to think she deliberately underperformed to force a trade. If it were me in Indiana, I wouldn't let her leave. You signed a contract, you honor it. But it's the WNBA, and players often aren't held to account, and there's this. Sports fans are invested now. Caitlin Clark brought new eyes. Sophie Cunningham brought new eyes. People are engaged, and if they notice something suspicious, they speak up. That's the Bonner situation. When she disappeared earlier this season, Fever fans were advocating for her. They offered thoughts and prayers, assuming something serious occurred. People speculated about health problems, family crises, serious life events. But no, it appears she was just unhappy with her minutes on the court. That is incredible. After the Fever invested so much money, she does this. And then she insisted on a trade and stated the only destination she'd accept was Phoenix. Wait, so you're saying you orchestrated your exit just to go be with your partner? That is not a basketball decision. That's a personal life decision. And don't overlook the Stephanie White factor behind it all. Coach Steph essentially facilitated this, and that is a key reason I'm skeptical of the entire affair. To be blunt, the Fever were duped. Jump to last night. Phoenix defeats the Lynx. Bonner is at the post-game press conference beside Alyssa Thomas, who may just have the poorest attitude in pro sports. And what does Bonner say? She adopts the role of the victim. She alleges that Indiana Fever fans have been bullying her. Are you kidding? This is what's so unbelievable. You left. You quit. You maneuvered your way to Phoenix. You've made the finals. You've won. So why are you still discussing Indy? What's the point of blaming the fans? You got your wish, but rather than moving forward, you're casting shade. And this is the best part. If Indiana beats Vegas and plays Phoenix in the finals, Bonner will have confront the very team she deserted. That is karmic justice, man. That will be must-watch television. So tell me what you all believe. Did Bonner truly quit on the Fever? Was Indy taken advantage of? And if Caitlin Clark were on the roster, would we be talking about the Fever as finalists already? Leave your opinions in the comments. This saga is not finished yet, so as anticipated, the media failed to challenge Dewanna Bonner on her statement. In case you missed her exact words, here is the quote. I don't know if it's been like a whirlwind. It's been tough. I've been through a lot, especially the cyberbullying. Oh, wow. Okay, let's pause there. So based on Bonner's comments, the whole Indiana Fever fan base, and by extension, the Caitlin Clark fans, are all just bullies. For what reason? Because supporters called her out for the one thing considered unacceptable in sports, quitting on your team. I have been a sports fan for 50 and I'm telling you, this is one of the most flagrant examples of a player just walking away from a franchise that I can recall. And honestly, if Sports Talk Radio actually covered the WNBA, she would be absolutely shredded for this. Remember how Lamar Jackson was criticized when it was thought he quit on the Ravens over his contract? It's the same, but worse. Bonner deserted her team, and when fans noted it, she responded by crying cyberbullying. No, that isn't how it operates. Look, this is the result when a league that was overlooked for years is suddenly thrust into the spotlight. The coddling is over. There are no more free passes. You have real sports fans invested now, and they will tell it like it is. That isn't bullying. That is accountability. And naturally, the rebuttals started pouring in. Some people called her claim an outright lie. Others noted she isn't the victim. She's the one causing the harm. Cyberbullying? Come on. That is just fans acting as they have with every star athlete since sports talk began. They criticize, they question, and they call you out. Just consider it. Tom Brady, the greatest of all time, was critiqued every Sunday for 20 years. Michael Jordan, he was constantly torn apart by people. Kobe, LeBron, any of them. They were all hammered, but they did not take to social media complaining about being bullied. They continued to show up and perform. With Dewanna Bonner, she is 38 years old. At a certain point, you have to mature and just log off. Twitter, Instagram, that isn't reality. Go be in the world. Set the phone down. Because if your entire career is dependent on what strangers say online, you won't survive the pressure. And there's a larger point here. The WNBA is becoming nearly impossible to watch due to this mentality. So many players, so many people in the league are operating within a bubble of entitlement. It's like the moment they get any criticism, it's immediately labeled as hate or bullying. No, it is part of being a professional athlete. And get this. Articles are now claiming MAGA is targeting the WNBA. Give me a break. The reality is, fans are just finally invested. But instead of taking that and proving their worth, players such as Bonner want to claim victimhood. That won't work here. Ultimately, this is the situation. You walked out on a franchise, fans held you accountable, and now you are looking for sympathy. Nope. Sports doesn't function like that. You can't just abandon your team and then attempt to reverse the narrative against the people who once backed you. So, I ask you, is Dewanna Bonner truly a victim, or is this yet another case of the WNBA avoiding accountability? I have made up my mind. Appreciate you watching the show.